angry. Well, I'm not angry. Too fast. So let's just get started in with the Android saga. When they return back to Earth, I'm recording.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to make my character way less overpowered. Let's get down to business. So, starting it off with the first thing, when Frieza arrives, Goku and Trunks would arrive earlier actually. Goku would say, Frieza! Well, actually Goku wouldn't have arrived yet. I just realized Goku would never have arrived. So Vegeta would be there first. Vegeta with one quick Galagun incinerates Frieza and King Cold. And Super Saiyan. When Trunks realizes that Vegeta is in Super Saiyan, he's like, how do you have that? He says, when I fought Frieza, I killed him out of a fit of rage when I went into my Gallic gun. He says, oh my god, no, the timeline! The timeline! The timeline! When Krishna arrives, he says, shut up! Alright, so basically, let's just get started. So when Goku arrives, it's all a big reunion, and all of them show off Super Saiyan. Goku goes, creating a big crater in the ground. Trunks goes Super Saiyan, not that big of a crater. Vegeta goes Super Saiyan, giant crater, because it's Vegeta, he's always angry. Christian goes, his aura turns green, and then he does turn into a normal Super Saiyan, but his pupils are gone. He can control it normally. He goes, going into his form, crushing the ground below him. He says, that's, oh yeah guys, I want to be adding something. The Ikari form will have a 60 times multiplier. It's stronger than Super Saiyan. Because like, if you realize, Goku and Super Saiyan barely even can defeat Ikari Broly. That was God training Goku. I'm pretty sure Ikari has like a 500 times multiplier, but that's too OP. So let's just say the base multiplier is 50. It's the same as Super Saiyan, but it's harder to control than Super Saiyan. So after 3 years of training and all that crap, the androids come. When they bust down the door, you big disgrace, blood and all blood. When Vegeta blows down the base, they get ready to fight the androids. They all jump out, and Vegeta and Krillin say at the same time, that's right, my friend. Let me ask you, does a machine like yourself ever experience fear? These two get angry at each other for saying the same line, and then they go into their Super Saiyan forms. They rush, putting their fists together, and then punching one android in the face. But then they start fighting separately, doing pretty much. They're being a little bit weaker. They're a lot weaker than the androids than they expected. Chris would fly right towards Android 72 and appear right above him and kick him down. He goes, damn it! Krillin would say, Destructo Disc! And that would basically just break on the android. It wouldn't really do anything. Krillin would say, damn it! Android 17 would create 5 Ki Blasts, shooting them all at them. Krillin would say, Scatter Kamehameha! With the Scatter Kamehameha blocking the attacks, but they still go through his, but they're slightly weakened when they hit everybody. Krillin says, He goes, "Dah!" Punching in. Oh yeah, Christian doesn't get all buff and all that crap when he transforms into Super Saiyan form. He punches him and does so much. That's a big hit he does. He goes, "Tuh!" He goes right next to Android 17 and says, "Ah!" Punching him right in the face. Now this, he starts to beat down on Android 17 with his Berserk Super Saiyan. And now here he's got swift movements, unlike Broly, who just punches and punches and punches like a wild animal, is clawing. He actually does swift attacks. He says, "Ah!" But after a while, once his rage runs out, it doesn't. He tries to go for a strike. Android 17 would activate his barrier. Christian just starts to crack it a tiny bit. Android 17 would spin it around. Spin the barrier around, spinning Christian around, then letting it go. So then he goes flying up. Android 17 would appear right in front of him with a rough Ranger punch, knocking him straight out. He goes, "Damn it!" Then Vegeta would be fighting Android 17 and getting his arm broken in the original canon. Then they would just wipe through the rest of the Z-Fighters, not killing them though, because they can't kill them yet, because I need plot convenience. Then they would discuss Namekian Fusion when they get back to it. Once they go to Kami's Lookout, they go and discuss Namekian Fusion. Piccolo would get his big power-up, which is weaker than Grade 2 Super Saiyan, which is kind of sad. Now the Hyperbolic Time Chamber training. Oh yeah, Broly's there, but Broly just gets wrecked the same way. He wouldn't really stand a chance against the androids, especially at this time where he's a lot weaker. This is DBS Broly, not DBZ Broly. That Broly's annoying. So, basically when they do this, the people who will be going in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, Broly and Christian will be going last. Goku and Gohan will be going second to last, and Vegeta and Trunks will be going first. Goku and Vegeta and Gohan and Goku would all be all the same, but Christian's and Broly's are different. Christian's trying to control Broly's dormant potential. Once he's controlling it, he can finally at least control his Super Saiyan. He has to get Broly onto Super Saiyan, because he just mastered his Akari form. So now he doesn't have a lot of rage. Now they're trying to get him up to Super Saiyan. When they get up to Super Saiyan, it's pretty good. But Broly is very berserk. And when Christian turns into Super Saiyan, a spark of green comes to his hair. He goes, "Ah!" But then it goes right back to his normal hair. He says, calming down Broly with one shot, going, "Tuh! That did a lot of damage to me." Broly is still shy in this timeline, but he'll grow to be less shy soon. So after that year of training with Broly in there, Broly would probably master Super Saiyan. Will get on the verge of mastering it. Christian, on the other hand, can use it without going berserk, and it's as strong as it is in berserk. His pupils do disappear, but it's not like some other crazy thing. It's like a normal one, like literally a normal one. Basically, when they arrive, Gohan and Goku arrive early again. Now they're getting ready for the Cell Games. When the Cell Games would start, the first contended would be Broly. Christian wants to show everyone what Broly can do. Broly instantly goes into Super Saiyan, and Paragus is shocked. He goes, "How could my son reach that level?" He says, "Well, my son is a prodigy. With that power level, I'm pretty sure he could do a lot." He asks Christian what he did. He says, "I just made Broly. I just did tons of threats on Broly until he got Super Saiyan." He says, "That's all you have to do?" He says, "Yeah, Super Saiyan comes from emotion. The reason why Goku got it, is because he was in a blind rage when his best friend Krillin died. Vegeta got it because he was in a fit of anger when he thought he wasn't going to get his revenge on Frieza. And me? Oh, I just unlocked it after just countless killing of him killing people. I just got angry and just snapped into Super Saiyan." He says, not the dumb way to go into Super Saiyan. He says, "Look, Paragus, I don't judge you." He says, "Well, Broly would be doing pretty good, but not that good. The aura would still be leaking out of him when he's punching." He goes, Broly would land a couple of hits on him, but they wouldn't do as much. Broly going into his full power, not full power Super Saiyan, goes for a punch, does absolutely nothing. Well, actually does crack Cell's armor, doing a lot. Cell falls to his knees. Broly says, "Rah!" Creating a mouth beam, hitting Cell but not disintegrating him. Still does a lot to him. Broly says that he doesn't want to die, so he quits. Person says, "I'm up next." When he walks in, he says, "Come on, Cell, I'll destroy you." He says, "I'd like to show a new form to everyone." He goes, "Ha!" Green aura swirls around him. Everyone goes, "What the?" He goes, "Ah! Ah!" His hair turns green. And he says, "This is legendary Super Saiyan." He's a little bit taller, a little bit more buffer, not too buff. He appears right next to Cell and crushes him with a stomach punch. Then he starts to just pummel Cell. He goes, saying, "You're dead, Cell," sending him onto the ground, creating an energy blast, shooting him in the face. Saying, then he says, with an even stronger, gigantic roar, killing Cell for good, incinerating all the cells. Go on when I get Super Saiyan 2, and Goku wouldn't die. So after the 7 years, Goku and Christian could easily unlock Super Saiyan 2, with Christian actually mastering his legendary form. In 7 years, he could definitely master it. Gohan going into Super Saiyan 2, being able to master Super Saiyan 2. Vegeta and Goku unlocking a form called Super Saiyan 3. Goten and Trunks being born. Well, actually Trunks was born before that. So, yeah. Now moving on to the Buu Saga. Everything would go pretty normal when they go to the World Tournament. When Gohan gets his energy stolen, and they rush off, Christian says, "I'm following." Then flying off, going. With Christian actually having pretty much fun training with Broly, since Broly is his best training partner. He flies all the way up, going. Once he sees the Babidi's base, he immediately kills them both and grabs the energy container. And then he says, "Supreme Kai!" and shoots an energy blast up in the air. Supreme Kai follows it and then reaches them. He says, "What are you doing? You killed him! You messed up our plan!" He says, "No, I didn't. Babidi's base is right there." He points to Babidi's base. He goes, "Thank you. You've done good." He says, "You're welcome." So that's basically it for that. When they find Babidi's base, Christian says, "Here we go." Okay, I'm just doing hand signs. He says, "Ka me." Deborah would come right in front of him, about to kill Deborah. Deborah would come in about killing Kibito. Christian's Kamehameha fully charged, hitting him, actually killing Deborah. Because right when he launched it, he turned into Legendary Super Saiyan to boost the power. And that was an insta-kill. He says, what you got right now? What you know about this?" Then he pulls an energy blast out and yeets it at Babidi, killing him too. He says, "What you know about this?" Then snaps fingers, and a giant shockwave comes, killing all of Babidi's little minions, saying, "What you know about this?" He grabs it and incinerates Buu's egg. As they thought it was destroyed. Then they see Buu's egg in the air, actually with Majin Buu being revived. I'm sick of skipping over the Buu arc, because that's not fun. Buu arc is pretty much the longest arc, because of how dummy long it was. Because of how overpowered Majin Buu was. That was dumb, not even the Supreme Kai could take him. So, basically, he would jump up, he would say, "So you're Majin Buu." Majin Buu is a little bit damaged from that attack. Chris would rush towards him, punching him right through the stomach. It wouldn't do anything. So, he'd punch right again, doing nothing as well. He goes, shoot! He keeps on punching at Majin Buu's stomach, doing nothing. But Majin Buu starts to get lifted up. Then he punches Babidi up in the air, saying, Kame. Babidi says, candy beam! He says, ha! Clashing with the candy beam, beating the candy beam, hitting Buu with a full force Kamehameha, doing tons of damage to him. But it's not going to finish off Buu, not even close. Buu rushes up to him and says, Buu, angry! Goes for a punch, Chris, and says, Legendary Super Saiyan! Blasting back Buu. He says, ah! He says, you will die today! Rushing towards him, punching him right in the face, actually sending Buu flying back, doing damage to him, saying, ah! Basically, he would jump straight up in the air, again, attacking Buu. But this hurts a lot to attack Buu, because, like, you get blasted back. After a while, he's sent flying back and almost erased. But then Supreme Kai would take him to the world of the Kais, while Goku and Vegeta don't have their battle out because they've had plenty of times to fight. Basically, Goku and Vegeta would fight, doing pretty good until Goku discusses the Metamorian fusion that he learned, that he knows. So he would say, and they would transform in too. But it would never work because Vegeta refuses to spare his pride. He would never spare his pride just to do a crappy dance. And fuse with a low-class Saiyan who's somehow stronger than him. So they would almost both get killed. Supreme Kai would take them to and bring them to the lookout. And also, then when Gohan fights, Gohan would also be taken to the lookout. Gohan would have to train a lot with Goten and Trunks, because Goku wants to discuss the Metamorian fusion, because he knows that Trunks isn't as prideful. Neither is Goten. Now moving on to the Supreme Kai world. When he is there, he says, what the? And he's just giving a Supreme Kai off. He says, ooh, drip. I like it. He goes, well, I didn't actually expect anyone to like the Supreme Kai clothes. He says, this is awesome. He says, I must inform the queen that this is amazing. He says, who's the queen? He says, it's a joke. He goes, well, I don't think it's a very funny one. He says, show. Whatever. Ah! I just got erased from existence. Whatever. So basically, Kakashi. I'm kidding. I'm struggling to talk. So let's just get started on what would probably happen if when he arrives. He would pull out the Z-Sword easily in his legendary Super Saiyan form, going, Legendary Super Saiyan, this is Legendary Super Saiyan God! And says, I got bronze and absolutely murdering, going, before you go. Actually opening Z-Sword with the legendary Super Saiyan form, I'm gonna say that surpasses it, and he tried on some catch and tight, and that would easily destroy it. Saying, Mwah! Easily pulling it out. Again, like I just said, pulling it out easily. Oh! I was one slither away. I was a slither away from losing with that final kill on Jiraiya. So let's just get started again. So Elder Kai would start to release his potential. He says, this is gonna take about almost a week. You have insane potential. Since he was born with a power level of 100,000. When his potential is unlocked, they wait a week, and it's finally done. His potential is huge. He sends a crater in the ground when he powers up. Everyone in the universe can sense this insane potential. It's like a little bit weaker than Super Saiyan God, a tiny bit weaker, and the same amount as Vegito fusion. as Super Vegito, probably that strong. He gets his normal black shirt and Goku black pants because that's what I chose. Then they teach him the Kai Kai. He Kai Kai straight to Majin Buu and says, and powers up. Goku senses this giant energy and says, "What the?" He sees the battlefield and he says, "Is that Christian? What's he doing?" He goes, "Ah!" A white aura appears around him. He says, "This is Ultimate Christian!" And appears punching Majin Buu so hard in the stomach that it sends him flying up in the air. He appears in front of him, then barrages him with hits, and then kicks him up in the air. Then he blitzes right towards Majin Buu, punching him right through the stomach. Remember, this is Super Buu. Punching him right through the stomach, going, "Uah!" Then Majin Buu's hand would grow back. Majin Buu's stomach would grow back. He'd pull out his hand and start bending Majin Buu like rubber, going, "Aah!" Starts playing with him like Play-Doh. He goes, "Dan, dan, 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 dan." He starts putting all Majin Buu into a ball. Then he does it, and he goes, "How about this?" When he's about to strike him, Majin Buu appears right behind him and bites him in the finger. He goes, "Ow, damn it!" Then grabs Majin Buu and spins him around and grabs his head and goes, "Ah!" Goku says, "This is a real battle to the death if I've seen one." Vegeta says, "He's fighting like a true animal." Literally. They go into an all-out biting battle going, "Ah!" and punching too. He goes, "Ah!" punching each other while fighting. "Ah!" Then it ends off with Christian appearing right in front of him going, "Achoo!" Christian is about to get absorbed, and they know if he gets absorbed, it's all over. Christian puts his fist together and slams Majin Buu down. Goku would get some Potara rings, and they would fuse into Koku. I needed a name. Koku. Kroku. That sounds like Grogu, so I'm gonna do Koku. They go, "Ah!" going into the ultimate state, then appearing right in front of him, knocking him out. Instantly knocked him out, then saying, "Final Kamehameha!" Ah! Killing Majin Buu, reviving everyone from him. Then they would defuse an hour, about 20 minutes later, since the ultimate form actually takes a lot out. And that's probably it for the Buu saga, so that's it. I'll be doing a